Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days. So, like, the reason why I'm laughing in it, I'm looking at the left of me. Like, there's a big type of building. Like, as soon as brothers teach, so certain brothers, they're so. This word is so powerful. The demons get alerted and people start bugging out. You know that, right? People start bugging. But all I want to say is, we're gonna bring up the scriptures, and it's more than just all right. Study today. The enemy is always gonna come at you, so we have to be consistent. Part of resistance is also being consistent. When he does that, you annoy him. You annoy his minions. So we always have to be consistent. Don't ever get too comfortable. It's freezing out here today. Well, you know what? It's been colder, but don't ever get too comfortable. Okay? The enemy wants you to be comfortable so he can set you up. So we're gonna go to this Baba Kishar. Isaiah 8 and 19. And when they shall say to you, seek those who are mediums and wizards, who whisper and mutter, should not a people seek their gods? Should they not seek the dead on behalf of the living? So a lot of people out here, remember, the enemy can't be everywhere. So guess who he's using? Mediums. He's starting to use mediums, and he's starting to use wizards, right? That's what he's starting to use. Mediums and wizards. That's who he's using now, right? Because he can't be everywhere. Do they know about you? Certain things. They know, yeah. If you they know about your sins, yeah, the cars have to dip out now. You see, the cars have to dip out, right? So they know certain things. They don't know everything, but they know certain things. Okay? But who we supposed to seek? Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai. Seek the Lord Yahweh Shai while he may be found. Okay? So we're gonna go to let's see what else we got. This is some heavy warfare, brothers. Heavy warfare. And it's definitely would definitely being sufficient. We're definitely affecting certain things. Definitely. Right? And now you started to they got that look. You started to see that look in their face now. Started to come out, man. Right? Let's go to Psalms 119. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Lord Jehovah Shai. Blessed are those who keep his testimonies. So we got to keep keeping his testimonies now. Right? That's what we got to do. Keep the Lord's testimonies. You had that nasty ass witch. See, them familiar spirits are out here. Bro, there's a war going on. They don't want you to speak the testimonies of this word because it affects them. It only affects those that are evil. Right? But listen, we're making up a lot of ground right now. We're making up a lot of ground. A lot. Right? Who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are those who keep his testimonies. So we also got to keep his testimonies. Who seek him with a whole heart. So we also got to seek the Lord Jehovah Shai with a whole heart, entirety. They also do no iniquity. They walk in his ways. You have commanded us to keep your precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep your statutes. So we got to keep the Lord's ways diligently. Diligently. So we don't veer from the right way. Diligently we keep his commandments. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep your statutes. Then I would not be ashamed when I look into all your commandments. So that's what we want to do. You know what these people are trying to do? Lower your energy. They're trying to lower our energy. They're trying to harvest off you. These are meat suits out here. They're meat suits. They're demons, man. In the flesh. Hiding behind the flesh. And we can see that they got that look in it. That look. Right? But that's why we got to be in this word. So we got to walk in the law of the Lord Jehovah Shai at all times. Right? Because every angle now, they're gonna be there. Just waiting for you. Okay? Waiting for you like vultures. We're looking for something to feed upon. This is Romans 8 and 12. Therefore, brethren, we are debtors not to the flesh to live after according to the flesh. If you live according to the flesh, you will die. That's why among these people, yeah, they're gonna die. But if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds of the body, you shall live. What's that? Lust, all types, the deeds of the body, man, the flesh. And it says, for as many as are led of the Spirit of God, these are the sons of God, for you did not receive the spirit of bondage again to fear. We have not received the spirit of bondage to fear. We ain't received that. Let them fear. They're pushing fear. They're pushing. uh, they're pushing doubt. Right? You let them do that. Okay? You let them push that fear. You let them push that doubt. We're not going to be in a doubtful mind. That's how they want you to be. They want to trick you out of your position, man. Now we're able to see the tactics of the enemy. Everybody he's using. And check this out. For as many as are led by the Spirit of the Heavenly Father, these are the sons of God. For you did not receive the spirit of bondage again to fear. Nah, see, bondage, you know, when you're started fearing, oh, gang stalkers, there's a witch, oh, there's some demonic children outside. Oh, fear. You've not received the spirit of bondage again to fear. Right? We haven't received that. But receive the spirit of adoption by what we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit Himself bear witness with our spirit. We are the children of God. When you fear, you're putting yourself back into bondage. This is the tactics of the adversary. He uses fear. Right? You know what these people want you to do? They want to be able to control your movements. That's what they want to try to do. Control your movements. Where are they now? Where are all these gang stalkers now? Where are they? See? They ain't got that energy, man. They're fronting out here. They're fronting. Where are they all now? I saw a few. I saw a few in the dark shining their torches, but only a few. They're bluffing. I told you they're not as powerful as they make out to be. I told you these people live in fear. I told you they want to control something. Their little attempts are futile. And the one that's in control is Yahweh Shai. He controls everything. And watch him go to work. This is going to be an interesting season. Interesting. Yeah, we're getting more strong. It's just interesting. This is a new season now. A whole new season. And the Lord is strengthening his men and the few women as well. Right? The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit. We are the children of God, and if children, then heirs of God, and joint heirs with Mashiach, if indeed we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. A little bit of suffering, but that's what you signed up for when you came into this truth. Oh yeah, right? A little bit, but it's not forever. For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. No, they are not compared to the glory that will be revealed in us eventually. Think about after. Don't get stuck in the moment. See, it's about what you're gonna gain. These people, they've gained the world. You know, they've sold their soul. They've sold their soul. They've gained the world. And as soon as I turn up here, what did you have? You had cars pulling out. Saw a man. I'm looking from the window. This spot right here. Let me check this out. Nah, forget that. I'm not even gonna pan the camera. They have to get up quick and quickly because people are up to no good, man. So much evil's being promoted now. Their handlers probably told them, "Yeah, get in the car quickly." This whole system is run by witchcraft, deception, manipulation. But that don't work on the men of the Lord. They see past that. The scripture says the deceived and the deceiver are his. So you can do the deceiving, but you're also being deceived as well. That don't work on the hopeful elect. Where they at? Where they at? With all that talk, where they at? See, it's just a front. And you know what that shows you? You know what that shows us as well? That they study you. They study the times you go out. They study that. They know you might be a man that just likes to go out in evening, morning, evening. They've got you covered for the morning, evening, nighttime. Where they at? Where they at? Well, we know when you step out, when you go out to the main roads, so obviously they're in their cars, right? They got demons in them driving their cars and all that, but where they at? So they study. You got demons that will study you. Look at their watches. What times he come out? What times he going in? You see? So this stuff is real. We're not making up stuff. You can even hear them screaming now. Hear them screaming their little. You scared them screaming their heads off, man. They got all them resources. You would think they'd be efficient. They're not even efficient with it. Jeez. For the earnest expectation of the creation eagerly waits for the revealing of the sons of God. Listen, we're going to be changed, man. Completely changed. Completely. Right? Oh, that's one sound you heard from a gang guy. Beep, beep. Right? Will be an effective. Oh. Hold on, now some gang stalkers have came now. Wasn't long now, was it? Baba Kashar. So we'll be ineffective with this word. Ain't no witchcraft that can stop this word, man. These witches, these warlocks. You know what we do? We stay in prayer, right? And we cast them down. You got these witches that you know what they try to do? Cast spells in secret. Yeah, get out of here, you dirty witch, man. Get out of here, man. Flee. In the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Three of them. They like to do things in packs. Get out of here. You see, I think they had to flee. Three of them. Right? This is it. This is real. You see? This is what they get up to. Wickedness. You know, she's probably a part of a coven. Look, she looks like she was a part of a coven as well. Two of them are thin. You had one fat one. Right? This is real spiritual. They fear you, and they fear what you bring to the table in terms of spiritually having an impact, telling people about the truth. They fear that, so they place these people in everywhere. She just wasted her time walking all the way around. She was by herself, got two other witches, walked through that gate, and came back the other side. You better get some business about yourself. The Lord ain't playing. The Lord might strike your ass down tonight for playing them games. Check this out. No, we're not going. But Stu ain't going. And bro, the elect are going to remain firm. We're not going to fold. These people, they devise plans. They stay up all night and devise plans how they can take down God's children, the hopeful elect. But you're not going to do that. Coming there with a hippo self, man. Should have just stayed in that building. Let's go to Psalms. Baba Kishar, Romans Lakio. And it says, because the creation itself also will be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God. For we know that the whole creation groans and labors with birth pangs together until now. The whole creation is moaning and groaning. We need new rulership. That's what we're waiting for, Yahweh Shai. We need some new rulership right now. This ain't it, right? This place is wicked. Welcome to the kingdom of darkness. Welcome to Gotham City. Look at the way this building is, like Gotham City. Welcome to Gotham City, the kingdom of darkness. Not only that, but we also have the first fruits of the Spirit, even me ourselves, grown within ourselves, eagerly waiting for the adoption. So we're groaning inside. Please, Yahweh Shai, just deliver us from this madness, this wickedness. Because this ain't it. This is not it. This is not it. If you think this is it, and people that people they love this. There's people that actually enjoy this. This is not it. But again, that comfortability. Hmm? And then ourselves grown within ourselves, eagerly waiting for the adoption, the redemption of our body. We need new bodies as well. These bodies are they're subject to sicknesses, illnesses, pains, ailments. We need new bodies, man. Right? For we were saved in hope. For we were saved in this hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For why does hope one still hope for what he sees? But if we hope for that we do not see, we eagerly wait for it. Is perseverance. Wait for it. Have hope and wait, man. Don't rush. Everything these scriptures say is going to come to pass. These people don't have hope. They're hopeless. They're moving hopeless. They're looking at this like this is it, right? That YOLO spirit. You only live once, so you got to make the most of it. No, not according to the Bible. You come back again. Don't you understand that? The resurrection. You come back again. That's what people don't understand. You come back again, and you get judged on earth for what you do. Hmm? People just living wickedly. Okay, without a care in the world. Let's go to Proverbs. Let's see what we can find. Beautiful. Proverbs 12:2. A good man obtains favor from the Lord, but a man of wicked intentions he will condemn. A good man's going to obtain favor from the Lord, Jehovah Shai. But a man of wicked intentions will he condemn. A lot of these people got wicked intentions in their mind. Wicked that they come up with, that they think of. That's the ones that are going to be condemned. You coming up with things, motives, evil motives in your head towards others that want to do right. And I'm glad I came out here as well. You know why? Because there's a lot of dark energy as well. There's a lot of people that are being paid to do dark deeds as well. A lot of people that are being paid, these witches, these warlocks are being paid from abroad to come from abroad, do some dark spells. And that's not working. So they're gonna have to get their money back on that. Right? Trying to bind energy. You got people trying to harvest energy and report back to the kingdom of darkness. Because they don't want to work hard for anything. So they think maybe we can get around this one. He has energy. Maybe we could do some binding work. In the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, that's been broken, man. It's broken. Your spells, your hexes, your jinxes, that's broken in the power and spirit of Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai. It's broken. It's done. He counsel every hex. He counsel every word spell spoken over us. We counsel that and we return it back to its rightful owner in Yahweh Shai's name. Humbly, we return that right back to the owner. This is why these people are losing their minds, right? Because a lot of people, they're doing evil stuff and now it's being returned right back. Oh yeah, all that stuff's being returned right back, right? I'm telling you, people are being paid, bro, to do spell work around the clock on brothers, man. And it says, a man is not established by wickedness. So how you gonna set yourself up by wickedness? But the root of the righteous cannot be moved. It says it, but the root of the righteous cannot be moved. The root, it can't be moved at all. Rooted in faith. Yeah, we have to be rooted in faith. When you're rooted in your Habashai, these things ain't gonna move you because you're rooted. And the enemy knows when you're rooted as well. Let's go to that. Oh dear. Sending these dark warlocks our way. Dark warlocks, you know. And they're getting paid as well. They're getting paid. Bear me just a minute. See if we can find something in Colossians. Um heavy. This Colossians, right? 1. I'm going to drop straight to verse 23. If you indeed you continue in the faith, grounded and steadfast, and are not moved away from the hope of the gospel which you have heard. Grounded, steadfast. And don't be moved away from the gospel. Grounded in faith, like a tree. Grounded, same thing. Rooted, same thing. Are not moved away. So we got to have faith. Even coming out here, it's faith. It's faith. You got to show that faith. Don't get too comfortable, man, because the enemy's plotting. And the enemy's putting people, placing people around you. So when you get comfortable, they can do their little hoodoo voodoo and keep you in a low vibration. That's what they want you low. Negative. Righteousness, good energy. That's not really promoted here. That's looked down upon. You know, that's looked down. Good energy, happy, that's looked down upon. They want everybody to be in a negative spirit or in fear. And they want people, that's why you have people that walk around with their head down, talking to themselves, conjuring something up. They want the energy to be negative. So we got to switch it around and give them the gospel, the good news of Yahweh Shai and his return. That's what we got to do. And get out of that negative spirit. And surround yourself with people that are like-minded, brothers that you can link up with, that are like-minded in the faith, and strengthen one another. Look out for one another. Certain brothers are changing environments, bro. Certain brothers, they're over something. You're changing those environments. See what else we got. Rooted up, built up in this faith, brothers. Rooted, not easily shaken, not easily moved. Okay. So we got Colossians. Hold on. And in all wisdom and all spiritual understanding, that you may walk worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing him, being fruitful in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of God, strengthen with all might, according to his glorious power. For all patience and long suffering with joy, giving thanks to the Father, and has qualified us to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints of light. So it says, strengthen, being fruitful in every good work. Fruitful. Excuse me. Fruitful. So the more you're putting in, the more fruit you're going to get. The less you're putting in, the less fruit you're going to get. You literally got people out here, bro, that are trying to, I'm not making it up, take you out. Take you out. Trying to mentally scar you. Trying to mentally harm you. When you see that, remove yourself from the energy. Right? It's a bit more calm now because you ain't got these zombies everywhere. Remove yourself from them. We have to be wise. You have to use the scriptures constantly. Have to be in prayer constantly. Ain't no time to be slacking now. Oh, the Lord's with us, but yeah, he's with you. But he still requires us to do what's right. He requires us to do what's right. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Right? Because what they're also trying to do, what they're not going to tell you is dehydrate you via frequencies as well. And witchcraft. Right? Dehydrate your system. Your respiratory system. What do you think the Lord's gonna fuck these people up, excuse my language. They're trying to attack your respiratory system via witchcraft and energy harvesting. They're trying to drain you. That's what they're trying to do. Right? They need something to feed upon. Right? Narcissism, bro. Vampirism. That's what it's vampirism. You got to starve these demons out, starve them out. Then they have to go somewhere else, look for a fix somewhere else. Okay, so we found that. All right, this is heavy. This is Proverbs 13 and 2. But the soul of the unfaithful feeds on violence, right? Violence. right? Violence. That's what they feed upon: violence, chaos, anarchy, trouble. When there's some trouble happening, they're fast to run to that. This is what they feed upon: chaos, negativity. But the soul of the unfaithful feeds on violence. He who guards his mouth preserves his life. So some of us even have to guard what we're saying. Think first before you speak. Don't just rush your sentence. Think. He who guards his mouth preserves his life, but he who opens wide his lips shall have destruction. See? These people, they're not doing that. They're just letting the first thing that comes to their minds, they're just saying it, not even regarding. You're dealing with bots now, automated bots, not even thinking about what they're saying. The first thought that comes to your head, you don't need to say it straight away. Don't need to say it. But he who opens wide his lips shall have destruction. It says it right here. Shall have destruction. Be thoughtful. Let's be mindful of what we say. There's a place and there's a time. Ecclesiastes 3. There's a time to speak. There's a time to keep silent. Right now, what time are we in? Speaking. Then there's going to be a time to keep silent. Then there's another time to speak. There's times for that. Mm-mm-mm. See what else we got. Guards that energy, brothers. Guards that energy, man. Check this out. Isaiah 13 and 11. I will punish the world for its evil. That's what the Lord's going to do. Punish the world, certain people within the world for their evil. Because there's so much evils that are going on now. Yeah, you got some individuals, right? They're supposed to be playing football, but all they can do is holler at me. Hold on, you're supposed to be playing football. Why are you hollering at me for? You see? You're possessed, man. That's spirit. That's spirits, man. If I'm playing football and someone's 400, 600, 700 meters away, you're playing football. You're not thinking about another person. That's possession. They're possessed. Just got to put it straight, playing forward. We're in different times now, brothers. Different times, right? And if I saw someone doing that and I was playing football with them, I'll say, bro, shut the hell up and play football, bro. Why are you doing that? These people they're being raised up to do evil. Certain people, they don't think, they just act. And I will punish the world for its evil, rightfully so. And the wicked for their iniquity, and I will halt their arrogance. And the wicked for their iniquity. There's so much iniquity going on. Remember, Micah 2, woe to the workers of iniquity. Thessalonians, the mystery of iniquity. Lawlessness is on the rise now. It's on the rise. You got these corrupt police. You can't even trust the police officers anymore, right? You can't. There's a lot of things you can't trust. This lawlessness is on the rise now. In general, you can't even trust people anymore. You can't even trust. Someone even said that to me. You can't even trust people anymore because not everybody, but a lot of people, they're out for self. It's that cold. The scripture says that in Matthew's, love of many shall wax cold. Shall wax cold. We're in that. I believe we're in that time now. Now, be careful who you allow to get close to you. Be careful who you're even speaking to. Some people, they're not even interested in what you're saying. They just want that energy. Be careful and use discernment in these times. And don't be telling everybody everything, because the people that are sent to you now, a lot of them would be informants. just to gather intel to the handler so they can use it against you later on. Right? Not everyone, but a lot of people. Why? Because you're solo dolo. You're not out there telling everybody every in and out. Why do you think they have to follow you around? Right? Because you're not shouting at your business. You're not telling everybody everything. Why do you think they have to follow you around in cars? Walk around like little puppy dogs. Because you keep your business discreet. And that's the way things should be. Can you can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. That's what happens when you sell your soul. What a disgrace. And the wicked for their iniquity. And I will hold the arrogance of the proud. These people are very, very proudful as well. We're supposed to be humble, brothers. Humble in this truth, not proud. And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And I will make a mortal man red and fine gold. Who's that going to be? The elect, they're going to be more precious than of that fine gold. Why? Because they're going to have something called faith. And that's going to be, listen, that's going to be of high, that's going to make you of high value. A high value male, so they call it. High value. Very having faith. Right now, the people don't see the value in what we're doing. So they scoff, they talk rubbish. Oh, look at that crazy guy. Right? They don't see the value in what we're doing. Certain people don't see it. But you will see soon when all hell breaks loose. Same people that were talking crap. Guess who they're going to be looking for? You, you brothers. A man more, a man more than golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore, that will I shake the heavens, and the earth will move out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts. The Lord's going to shake these heavens, man. This ain't no joke. The Lord has just come to shake these heavens in real time, right? Shaking things up. And the earth will move out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts. It says that the earth's going to move. That means it's going to be earthquakes. In the wrath of the Lord of hosts, armies, and in that day of his fierce anger, it shall be as a hunted gazelle, and as a sheep that no man takes up. Every man will turn to his own people, and everyone will flee to his own lands. Everyone who is found will be thrust through, and everyone who is captured will fall by the sword. Their children also will be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses will be plundered and their wives ravished by what them troops. And what time we're approaching? It sounds very harsh, right? Well, these are the things that are going to happen upon earth. Jacob's trouble, when they're approaching that now. Food, there's only what, 3 or 4 days worth of food. Go into Asda's or Tesco's or Sainsbury's late or around this time or 8 o'clock. What do you have? You have on the sell date, well, end by this date. We need to, and they have sometimes it's hundreds, thousands of food that they need to chuck away for that night. Not everybody gets it. Where does that food go? It gets chucked away. They need to get rid of it. So what happens when these stores are closed down as well? The stores closed down, or there's no more trucks because during the Brexit, the trucks couldn't come in to deliver the food. So what happens when the trucks can't get through? People are going to start losing their minds because they're not going to have food. Can you fast? Have you fasted? Are you someone that eats every 2-3 hours? Let's go to that as well. Hold on, Isaiah. We got Isaiah 9. We got Isaiah 9 and 19. See if we can find this. Haven't been in this script for a long time. Very long time. Isaiah 9 and 19. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts, the land shall be burned up, and the people shall be as fuel for the fire. No man shall spare his brother, and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry. He shall devour on the left hand and not be satisfied. Oh my gosh. People are going to be snatching food then. Snatching food with the right hand, eating with the left hand. In other words, I'm not sharing my food with you. That's how raw it's going to be out here. That's how raw. And the first people that are going to be attacking each other are going to be your so-called gang stalkers, if they're still alive. They'll probably be dead before then. Okay, Baba Kisha. He shall devour on the left hand and not be satisfied. Still going to be hungry. Still, that's why, yeah, also, the Lord's training us. Learn to fast as well. Some of you, can you even go a day without food? Can you even go 2 days without food? Because we are going to approach them times. You know that, right? We are going to approach them times where there's going to be hardly any food. It's going to be rationing, right? Sometimes your food's going to be rationed to you if it really gets bad. You might just need to 1 meal a day, 1 meal a day. You have to get ready for this. You have to prepare yourself. But the elect are going to be all right. So we went to that. What else? What else? What else? We got Jeremiah 30 as well. My servant shall eat. There's a lot of scriptures that come to mind. Let's go to Job. Oh, the servants, they're going to be all right. They're going to have a meal, right? And so forth. Yeah, yeah, I can hear certain groupies, man. Gangster, yeah, I can hear. Yeah, these people are possessed, man. Man, it's narcissists, man. Psychopaths out here. Well, we'll be okay as long as we stay in this word. We're okay. Hmm? This is Job 5, and just check this out. Hold on. It's good that I come out here because I thought, nah, you have to put forth the effort now. We have to put forth the effort. Stop being lazy. Job 5. I'm gonna jump straight to check this out. He saves the needy from the sword, from the mouth of the mighty, and from the hand, and so the poor have hope, and injustice shuts their mouth. Uh, let's go to verse 19. He shall deliver you in 6 troubles, yes, in 7. Shall no evil shall touch you. No evil. He's going to deliver you in 6 troubles. 7. No evil shall touch you. It's going to be touching everybody else. In famine, he shall redeem you from death. Right? So you're going to make sure you have some food in war from the power of the sword. You shall be hidden from the scourge of the tongue. You should not be afraid of destruction when it comes. You shall laugh at destruction and famine. People are going to start thinking you're cold. Anybody that laughs at destruction and famine, they're going to call you a nutter. They're already trying to call brothers nutters. And you shall not be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Right? For you shall have a covenant with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with you. Even the animals, they're at peace with us already. It's just that these stupid witches and warlocks are possessing these animals now. You even notice that as well. A lot of reports of that as well, right? The animals they're making funny noises. They be acting real strange. Why? Because these warlocks, and because that MK Ultra man putting spirits upon these animals, man. Just before I got here, you had a man that was just standing there in black, doing some stupid thing with his dog. Okay, so the animals, they're gonna be at peace with brothers, man, right? And the animals love. I've seen certain videos with brothers teaching. The animals love the brothers, man. They love your spirit. They pick up on a good vibe, right? So even the animals, they're gonna vibe around you when all hell breaks loose, because there is gonna be animals in time of Jacob's trouble. What's gonna happen to the zookeepers? They're not gonna have the money to sustain these animals as well, and they're gonna have to shut down these zoos. They're not going to be able to leave the animals in these zoos. They're going to have to go somewhere. So you're going to see a lot of wild animals out here also breeding. Lions, jaguars, all types of animals. Okay. And there's been sightings. I find it very, very interesting. There's sightings in the UK of the black cat, the wild cats. Apparently, so they say, apparently these wild cats, there was a law that they couldn't, what's it? they couldn't have him in the zoo, so they had to release him. And I don't believe that. I just believe there is wild cats in the UK, right? You telling me there's not? There is, bro. There is, bro. Massive wild cats, bro, hiding in these wilderness, getting ready to get busy when that time comes, and they're gonna have a feast day. But with the elects, they're not gonna harm the elects, right? They're not gonna harm the elect because you're gonna have the presence of the Lord you have a share upon you. They're gonna harm these other people, even the dogs. It says that in Jeremiah, but I can't find it. I've created the dogs to tear, the wild beasts, somewhere in Jeremiah, right? You think these things ain't gonna happen? It mentions that in Jeremiah. I've created the wild beasts to tear. So when the dogs, what do you think when the dogs don't have a meal? Remember, there's gonna be famine. So to you that have dogs, what happens if your dog can't eat and it sees a nice bit of flesh on it? It's gonna be pit bulls. Pit bulls. I'm just getting graphic with it. It's gonna be pit bulls. It's gonna be Jack Russells. They're gonna be looking for some flesh. They're gonna be looking for your flesh. German shepherds, right? See, people they don't think about this. The says they were visionaries. Hey, that's spiritual because you hear dog. Wait, that's you hear dog barking as well. Yeah, them dogs are gonna be hungry, and they're gonna eat. They're gonna look for some flesh because by this time there's gonna be rioting. People are rioting. People get real ignorant when they haven't had any food. Real ignorant. Rioting. There's gonna be robberies gonna go up. Definitely. So make sure you have them. You know them extra locks on your front door. Them extra locks. There's gonna be gangs. Are gonna be running riot. They're gonna be turning on each other. This is all biblical, brothers. See what else we can find. It's all biblical, right? It's called the time of Jacob's trouble. Let's go to Jeremiah 30. A time like never before. Hold on. Also, we can go to Matthew's as well. This is Jeremiah 30. And check this out. 5. Right? Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, not of peace. Trembling of fear, not of peace. When you're trembling, you're like this. When you're trembling and not of peace. This hasn't happened yet. Ask now and see whether a man is ever in labor with a child. So Jeremiah described it as a man labor with child. Now it doesn't mean a man's in labor. This is how he's describing it. Now, when you think of that visually, you think of a man holding his stomach like pregnant. This is agony and distress. People are gonna be in distress. And whether a man is ever labor with child. Why do I see every man with his hands on his loins? This was a vision. Like a woman in labor. And all faces turn pale. When you turn pale, that's out of fright. Alas, for that day is great. There's a reason why they were turning pale. They must have saw something. Bro, you're gonna with the times we're approaching, if you don't have faith, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. If you don't, you're not gonna make it. You're gonna need to have faith for the things you're going to see. It's gonna get real medieval. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay? And it says, Alas, for that day is great. Alas means woe, calamity. For that day is great. It says a day. This is all gonna begin within a time space, a day. So none like is like it. It says none's gonna be like it. You ain't gonna see nothing like it. To those of you that are listening to this that are serious, I know you're thinking about this and you're visualizing it. Watch some of them end time movies. That would get you into the spirit. Watch some of them end time movies. You know what I'm talking about? The movies where like people are rioting And it's like end times type movies that would get you in the spirit. And it is time of Jacob's trouble. It says it, right? Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. The elect is going to be saved out of it. The elect, not everyone, the elect will be saved out of Jacob's trouble. Lord willing, I'm praying that if I'm still there by that time, the Lord delivers me from them. Praying. It's gonna be a hot, listen, it's gonna be heavy, right? You see this? Hold on, let me show you something. You see this darkness here? You ain't gonna have no lights. See this? You see, you ain't gonna have no lights. It's gonna be dark. It's gonna be dark. The lights are gonna be cut out. Why? Because there's gonna be EMP attacks. EMP, no electricity now. People are gonna be walking around dark, and what's that gonna be? Remember, rape's gonna go up as well because if the lights are out, you're gonna have predators running. You gotta visualize this. There's something I will post. I've got to look for the It's a video saying how it will all go down in end times. I'm gonna get that video, Lord willing. I'll look for it. Right, the financial, right? You're not gonna be able to run to no bank. Buy it. The money's gonna be non-existent. Non-existent. They're cutting away. They're doing away with cash slowly. In 2017, 2016, they got rid of over 200 to 400 cash machines. How are you going to buy? Well, it's going to be digital. Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small, great, rich, poor, freeborn to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And whoever does not buy, whoever does not have cannot buy nor sell. And I've got news for you. Your so-called gang stalkers, whatever you want to call them, they've already accepted the mark already. That's why they gang stalk, because they've accepted that. They might not have it in them, but they've accepted it. They're already under control already. They've signed non-disclosure deals. What they don't tell you, a lot of these people, quickly go into this. The empowered individual, a law enforcement agency or someone went to them and asked them, "Well, do you want to join us? If not, we're gonna have to watch you." So some of them, out of fear, said, "All right, we watch this person, and we're gonna sign a non-disclosure deal. So if anything happens, we won't get in trouble." That's why these people get so brave. So a lot of these people, so-called gang stalkers, red, blue, they've signed non-disclosure deals. In other words, they've sold their soul to an agency, some government agency that's selling out. They've sold their soul, and they don't find out too a bit later on down the line. But they're always told that they're doing something good for the community. Now you can get your soul back, but that's something you got to deal with the Lord, man. That's what you got to deal with, right? And what do they get given? They get given cars, as you see it, right? You go through a community now. It's all around the UK. You go to a town, they have the red, white, black, red, white, black. It's like something you would see on Grand Theft Auto. The cars, they might have two cars, one's for work, or two of them are for work. Then they have the special car, that they might gang stalking, that drive around with tinted windows. They've signed deals with the enemy to become basically a government informant as well, by the way, to be an informant for a local agency, the ABC boys. This is why this thing is so prevalent within the UK. You're not the only one being watched, by the way. You understand? You're not the only one. Everybody's being watched, but there's just different degrees to it. Some don't even know they're being watched. Your gang stalkers, your gang stalkers are being watched as well, right? And they're being controlled by V2K and MK Ultra. That's what causes them to do what they do. See, you don't know. A lot of you don't know about this. That's all a part of this system. Mark of the beast. So let's go back to where it's going to get bad out here. But he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, says the Lord Jehovah of hosts, that I will break his yoke from your neck. What's the yoke? The yoke of oppression. The yoke of oppression. The Lord's breaking that. Now we're becoming free now. Now we're coming back to our nationality. Had an interesting conversation today with yeah, a Jewish man, innit? A Jewish man. I just let him speak and all that. I didn't really get into no argument with him and so on, but I had an interesting conversation. Still, I will wake him back up now. Don't. They want to put you back to sleep. People want to put you back to sleep. Stay woke. Well, I don't like that word woke. Forget that. Stay, stay in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. See what else we got. See what else we got. Okay. And it says that I will break his yoke from your neck and you burst your bonds. Foreigners shall no more enslave them, but they shall serve the Lord Yahweh their power and David their king, whom I will raise up for them. King David. King David. So we're going to serve Yahweh Shai and King David as well. King David's going to have a good name in the kingdom. He's beloved of the Lord. Okay. So we went to that. Is there anything else? What are they doing? Following me still. You hear that? Dan. Dan. Shut up, man, and sit down. You got them demonic spirit. They know, bro. They know their time is short. They have to listen. The way they be acting, they know their time is short. They be trying to say things to you, direct words to you. Their time is short. Them demons in people, they're running out of time. And I just want to throw this out there. This whole thing about the fallen angels. Listen, listen, listen. If you have anyone that's teaching you this Nephilim business, hold on. We go to Jude. I don't wanna go off topic. I want to stay on topic about Jacob's trouble. But you know when you hear about the fallen angels and Nephilim and this Anunnaki stuff, listen. The sons of Anakim are in the Bible, right? Not Anunnaki, Anakim, which were a branch of the Philistines, right? These were giants. Okay, right? Now, when it talks about, because a lot of people say reptilians, all this, listen, all this reptilian thing and all that, that's rubbish. There's no scriptural proof to back up that they're reptilians. No, there is serpent seed, right? But in forms of reptilians, they're not snakes or nothing like that. Okay, their faces don't change blue or nothing. No, you have the seed of the wicked and you have the seed of the righteous. You have the seed of the devil and you have the seed of the righteous. So when people talk about reptilian, that's all folk. Remember, these are seducing spirits, false doctrines. We're gonna see if we can find this. Okay, bear me just a minute. We'll quickly clear this up. People talking about some aliens, man. That's some false doctrines. Some aliens with some big heads that come from Mars and all that. Reptilians, shape shifting. Be careful of them talks there, Baba Kasha. Now, can spirits, can they manifest? Can their faces change? Can they contort? Yeah. But that's not shape shifting. Their faces contort. That's different. That's manifestation. Be careful what you're watching because there's so many false doctrines out there. Hold on just a minute. It talks about the daughters. I can paraphrase it. The sons of God saw that the daughters of men were fair, and they laid with them, right? And they became mighty men upon earth. So these mighty men, right, were, what is it, giants in the earth, right? Hold on just a minute. They became giants, and these giants, right, laid down, apparently these giants laid down with the sons of men, which were the other nations, and they became mighty men in the earth. Who's the sons of God, right? Sons of God are Israelites. That's who the sons of God are. Israelites. Okay? Well, never mind that. A guy shining his torch up. Never mind them guys. You just got set up here and walk around in the park doing nothing. But no, never mind that. And it says Baba Kishar, what was it? So they became mighty men. I can't find it. Right? I want to stay on topic. So the sons, listen, the giants or whatever you call them, what's what they call it? Um, these men that were considered giants, the sons of God. We go to it. Go to Jude 1. Just to clear this up quickly. Let's clear this up. Let's clear this up. Let's clear this up. Because it ain't right that these people out there with false doctrines, man, coming with false doctrines. If you bring out something, you need to prove that with scripture. Can't just make up stuff and run with it, because that's gonna make you a false prophet. Now we get stuff wrong, but you have to correct that. Teaching nonsense. That's nonsense. Talking nonsense. Hold on just a minute. We got Jude. We got Jude. We got Jude. We got Jude. Hold on just a minute, Baba Kishore. And brothers, when you're out here, please make sure you wrap up as well, because the temperature is dropping now. Right? This is how it gets, especially before we get into, December, January. Probably expect some snow as well, some heavy snow. Who knows? Right? It might be a white Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Maybe all jokes aside, Baba Kishore. To hell with some Christmas. I can't find it right now. Baba Kishore. Seeing I can't find it, we move on then. That's just Satan. Satan does that, Baba Kishore. So we're at the time of Jacob's trouble. Right? Jacob's trouble. And there's gonna be a lot of things going on while that happens. Let's go to Matthew 24. Alright, this is it, this is it, this is it, this is it. This is Matthew 24. Right? And it does say, check this out. Verse 9. All these are the beginning of sorrows, then they should deliver you up to tribulation and kill you. Oh man. So certain brothers will be killed. Certain brothers will be killed. You're gonna be delivered up to government officials. Hmm? And they shall kill you, and you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake. It says hated by all nations for my name's sake. For the Lord's sake. Are you ready for hate? If you're not experiencing that, you best get ready for it now. Hated, not liked. I can hear something running over. So it says hated. So a lot of brothers are going to be hated, man. You got to get used to that. People hating you, man. Without a cause, because they hated Yahushua without a cause. You hear that from a distance? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? That's hate. Can you hear it? That's hate. That's jealousy. That's envy. From a distance. You got to get used to that. You know what you hear right now in the distance? It's gonna get worse. Some brothers, you're gonna get bricks thrown through your window and shit. They're gonna put you up as the worst thing since sliced bread. That's what they're trying to do now. Marginalize his truth. Marginalize his men. Don't be surprised if your face is up on the billboards. Oh, we're looking for this guy. If you find him, this much bounty. A bounty for this guy. Which a lot of us got bounties on our heads already. Already. Real talk. And it says, check this out. And because lawlessness are moving too fast, let me slow it down. And you will be hated of all nations for my name's sake, and there many will be offended, who will betray one another and will hate one another. Then many false prophets shall rise up. Alright? Shall rise up. So you're also, we're in a time now where there's a lot of false prophets. Don't just listen to anyone. There's many false prophets out here. Right? That's why you got to be careful who you're listening to, who you're perceiving from. Baba Kishore, he goes to joggers now. Jogging with a bloody torchlight. Should have just stayed your ass indoors, man. You see what I mean? But this is it. NPCs. Oh my days. So it says, Baba Kishar, check this out. And because lawlessness will abound, the love of many shall will grow cold. Lawlessness will abound. It's abounding. This is why you have strangers that don't even know you, and they'll be talking about dead, dead, gone. Lawlessness is increasing. We're in that time. Brothers, better start getting spiritual, man. And start praying to Yahweh Shai for that hedge, for wisdom, for knowledge. Better start praying for those things, man. And it says, the love of many will grow cold, but he who endures to the end, the same shall be saved. So people, they're getting more cold now, bro. Much more colder now, right? No soul, cold. It's like something out of one of them apocalypse zombie movies. Cold, no emotion, no emotion. Narcissism is on the rise as well, where people just want to drain energy. Harvest. I miss gospel, and I can hear the doggy around the corner in the bushes as well. And it's in Babakisha. And this is the gospel of the kingdom. Will be people are just acting weird now. Weird. There's a lot of you're gonna see a lot of weird behaviors, man. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to all the nations, and then shall the end come. So the reason why we're out here, because this word still needs to be preached unto all nations. When shall the end come? Right? Therefore, when you shall see abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet. I need to put my switch hands and put my other hand in the pocket. My hands are getting icy now. The abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet standing in the holy place. Whoever reads, let him understand. The abomination of desolation was in the time of, what's it, the Romans, when the Romans took the ark, right? They were the abomination. Whoever reads, let him understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let him who is in the house top not go down to take anything out of his house. Brothers, some of you are going to have to flee. Can't return back. Flee. Right? A lot of you, you're going to be looked after, but do you have any skills, survival skills? Are you able to see? Are you able to set a fire? Can you camp out? Huh? Can you do any of those things? Do you know how to fish? Huh? Do you know how to fish? It's just skills. The Lord, see, yeah, He looks after you, but He also wants you to know how to do things as well. Because it's going to get medieval out here. Then let those who be in Judea flee to the mountains. Let him who is on the housetop not go down to take anything out of his house. And let him who is in the field not go back to his clothes. But woe to those who are pregnant and those who are with nursing babies in those days. And pray that your flight may not be in the winter nor Sabbath. And what happened when the Romans came? They were killing children and men. For then there will be great tribulation, such as not since the beginning of the world until this time, no, not ever shall be. Unless those days were shortened, no flesh would be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days would be shortened. It says it. For the elect's sake, those days would be shortened. Days are being shortened, brothers, now. Remember back in the days would go so long. Even the weekends. Now the days are being shortened now. Shortened. Why? Because the Lord's on his way. Yahshua's on his way. Okay? And I like, you know what I like about this? I respect these people as well. These lights that got put in, they got some nice little dim. They got some nice little dim lights around there. Hold on. They got some nice dim lights around there, you know. Calm on the eyes. So where was I? Went to that. Anything else? But the end is not yet. Nation shall rise against. See all these things, man. All these things. And let him that is in the field not go back to get his clothes, but woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing babies in those days. And pray that your flight be not in the winter or on the Sabbath. For there shall be great tribulation, just as not was since the beginning of the world until this time, no, nor shall ever be, unless those days should be shortened. No flesh would be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days will be shortened. See, it says it. Hmm? Those days will be shortened. So they're being shortened. Okay. Anything else? When if anyone says to you, "Look, here is Mashiach," or there, do not believe it, for false Mashiachs, false prophets will rise and show great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. See, I have told you beforehand. See, but in that time, bro, deception. Let me check. Speaking of time, let me check the time. 8:25. All right. I could go in a bit longer. Baba Kisha, Baba Kisha. So we're in that time where there's as much truth there is, the enemy is going to be pushing out a lot of deception to try to counteract the truth, because that's his job. He's a liar. He's a devil. He's a deceiver, man. So that's his job, to deceive the masses. That's his job, right? The hell is that? For sure. That is his job, to deceive. But he's not going to be able to deceive the elect. It says, if it were possible, they should deceive the very elect. It's not possible. That's why you probably get gaslit a lot, right? You get gaslit neighbors. Sometimes it could be your whole community. Sometimes it could be a town. Sometimes it could be a whole city that gaslights you, because the enemy is scared of you. All right. That's why these different things happen. That's why some people try to undermine you, because the enemy is a liar. That's how he rules, by deception, by lies, by falsehoods. That's how he rules. That's how he keeps his power. Okay. Now they need to send people to make a bit of noise now, to try to throw me off. What a sad, how sad. Anyways, Baba Kishan, check this out. End times, bro. We're in the end times. We are in the end times. Okay, see what else I can find. I want to go to Isaiah 33 and 6. Literally demons out here, bro. Dedicated, bro. Never seen nothing like it in my life. Dedicated. Your gang stalking is obsession, bro. Obsession. It's demonic spirits that are dedicated to watching or stopping you. They want your life. They want to trade places. That's what gang stalking is, man. It's spirits in people. They call it spiritual surveillance. Anyways, let's go back to this Isaiah 33 and 6. Wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of your times and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Wisdom and knowledge will be your stability of thy times. Right? Key thing, stability. That's what's going to keep us stable. If you don't have that, then you're going to be all over the place. Like these people. They're unstable, man. Completely unstable. all over the place. We gotta hold on to this. Hold on to these scriptures. All right. So wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. I can't hear no doggies anymore. That car that you heard, yeah, that was probably the guy with the dog. They do some weird stuff. These people just do weird stuff, man. There's a lot of demonic activity out here, a lot, and also control your spirit as well, because the enemy's going to be trying to throw you off. He doesn't have access to you. So what's he going to do? Now he's going to be using a lot of people to try to throw you off. This truth is so real, and when you see these things, it proves it. Why? Because we're not wrestling against flesh and blood, brothers. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. Yeah, that's shouting again. Yeah, that's shouting. We're not wrestling against flesh and blood, but against principalities in high places that take over these people. Oh, speaking of that, go to Ephesians. Speaking of that, go to Ephesians 2. Principalities out here, bro, that are jumping in people's vessels, bro, when using them. Right? Ephesians 2. Mm? And you he made alive who were dead in trespasses and sins in which you once walked according to the course of this world. Once. Talk about the brothers. You once walked according to the course of this world. You know what the course is? Cycle of life. The cycle of life. Alright? And once you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince and power of the air. Right? And that's another thing they try to do as well. Yeah, we're going to speak about that, how they try to keep you in the cycle as well. They try to control you. Broke that now. That's been broken. And the people that were involved in that, they getting punished as well now. So the people that are in this world, the world of Satan keeps you in cycles. Yeah, cycles. Loops. Vicious loops. And it says, according to the course of this world, according to the prince and power of the air, the spirit that now works within the sons of disobedience. The course of this world. According to the prince of the power of the air, that now worketh in the children of disobedience. Key thing, the spirit that now works in the children of disobedience. Spirit. So hold on. There's the prince and power of the air, the airwaves, that now works within children. When it's talking about children, I'm not talking about young, it's talking about men, because men can be children as well. What in the children of disobedience. So when people are doing what they do, where's that disobedience coming from? It's a spirit that worketh in what? The airwaves. I've done lessons on this before. Might have to do another one. Frequencies. You know, people are now being controlled by frequencies. You know that, right? This is a very common thing now. By EMFs. They're being controlled by that. And brainwave patterns. And sometimes not even that. Just by demons running in the air. By demons running through the air. And jumping on people. Like little jellyfish. That's why it says prince and power of the air. The lower atmosphere. Yeah, they can enter into people's vessels because everything is spiritual, but most people don't realize that. Then they do something and they wonder why they've done it, but they don't realize they were taken over. We gonna shut off soon. We gonna shut off soon. And it says, according to the prince and power of the air, the spirit that now works in the sons of disobedience. There you go. Make sure we're not being the children of disobedience. Because what happens to children of disobedience? They get punished, right? Children of wrath. We want to be children of light. So that's what we're here to do, bring that light. So I think I pretty much just shut off now because it is getting chilly out here. And we've been about an hour and 15 minutes in, over 15 minutes in. I really hope this was edifying. Keep your eyes on Yahweh Shai. Don't stress about the enemy. The Lord will deal with our enemies. Anyone that's coming up against you, anyone that's coming up against you, anyone that's trying to do you any harm, Yahweh Shai will deal with them. As for me and my house, we gonna worship the Lord Yahweh Shai Shai. Hope this was edifying. And until the next time, Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.